NuttyChef again, and this is episode 20 on the Diamond Society server. Well, last episode we built a big wall around here, didn't we? This one right here that we're standing on, and it goes all the way around our top level of our mountain and gives our castle a bit of a nicer place to sit, and it will also be a nice foundation for whatever building I decide to build here around our villager breeder. And I got that rail removed that was a bit ugly, but yeah, this is kind of ugly as well, so we'll definitely have to build something around that. And we built those mushrooms down there, which look pretty cool. And between episodes we've actually got the villager I was waiting for, Silk Touch. So what I've done is I've put a rail line into our butcher's house, and I've put signs on the front of all these houses to show what's inside. Got our mending, efficiency 5, got our butchers in there, and I got a channeling villager, which I don't have much experience with because I don't have a trident yet. I keep looking for them, but haven't gotten one yet. We've got feather falling 2, which isn't too bad. We could make a feather falling 3 out of that if we got 2 of them, but we got the Silk Touch, so that was excellent. And I hooked this house up to the train line as well. So this guy here, 11 emeralds in a book for Silk Touch, so that's pretty good. I don't know what the cheapest is, but I'm happy with that. But this episode I'm really excited because I've got a cool thing to build, and I've done it over in Creative. It's a slot machine. I've always wanted to build a slot machine in Minecraft after I've seen some people, I think it was Mumbo Jumbo on Hermitcraft, did it, but I wanted to make my own one up, and it's completely different to that. I don't even know how his works. So let's go over to the creative world, my test world, and check it out. Alrighty, so here it is. It's pretty cool. Spent all day on it. The redstone's not as compact as, you know, it could be, but I'm not really good with all those observer blocks and all the new stuff. I'm kind of old school redstoner, but it does work. So I won't go through how all the redstone works here. I'll save that for while I'm building it. I'll try to explain it better then, but I will show you how it works in terms of the user interface and what you've got to do. So basically you stand here and there's a hopper underneath this green carpet, and so you just throw a diamond in. 1 diamond is 1 go, and so let's do that. So as you can see, the pistons do some stuff behind there, and then they push the blocks back out again, and it's a random formation every time. And what you're looking for is green blocks, but it has to start from the left. So the pays are left to right. So if you get 1 green block on the very left, that doesn't count for anything. But if you get 2 green blocks, you get 2 diamonds. So you spend 1 diamond and you made 2. If you get 3 green blocks, you get 3 diamonds. And if you get 4 green blocks, you get 4 diamonds. But it has to start from the left, so it has to go green, 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 green. So it couldn't go red, green, green, green. That would be nothing. So yeah, so, and there's a special feature to this slot machine which I really wanted to add, and that is a feature. This slot machine actually has a feature built in. If you don't know what that is, everyone in Australia knows what it is, but a few countries like America and stuff like that, you have to go to places where gambling is legal, I guess, to know how a slot machine works. But basically a feature is like when you get 3 of the same symbol most of the time, and then you get like free games. So the feature on this machine is all 4 green blocks. You get 4 diamonds for that, and then you get 10 free games. So you can just stand back and watch all the money just roll in. So don't know if I'm going to get the feature here, but I'll play for a bit, see what we can get. It makes a chime as well. Whenever you get diamonds, it'll chime. So hear that? We've got 2 chimes, and then you collect your diamonds in here. So we've got 2 diamonds for that. There we go. 2 diamonds. I'll keep playing until I get a feature, and I'll show you what that looks like. Here we go. Hear that cool sound? Oh, we got the feature on the feature. That is possible. So now we just sit back. We don't have to throw any more diamonds. Oh look, feature on the feature on the feature. That's amazing. That's so lucky. So yeah, now we just sit back, let the machine go through all the motions of 10 turns for free, and we just sit back and let the money roll in. And if you do get the feature on the feature, like we just did, then your 10 free games just go back up to 10 again. So if you played 5 of your free games and then you got the feature on the feature, then it would just go back up to 10 again, so you get 10 more free games. So it is possible, if you're really lucky, to just keep getting the feature on the feature and just getting free games for ages. But you'd have to be pretty lucky. We were pretty lucky there to get that many features on the feature. So there you go. From 1 diamond that we threw in, we got 17 diamonds from getting the feature on the feature. So basically, there's 10 diamonds down here. When you get all 4 greens, those 10 diamonds get put up to this dropper, and then each time a round goes by, it puts 1 more over into these hoppers and makes the game go one more time until all the 10 diamonds are back down to the bottom, and then you've got to start paying a diamond per turn again. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, now I've got to get all the stuff to build this in survival in the Diamond Society server, and pick a spot somewhere in the shopping district, I think. Most of this can be underground. The floor level is here where we're standing. So yeah, it'll only be a small footprint above ground, but underground it's going to be a bit bigger, so yeah. Well, we do have diamonds, and we're going to need them for this slot machine to have a few diamonds in there to get it going, because we need to pay people who win. But we're going to have to destroy the rest of our diamond emblem we had up here. I knew I would end up doing this. I don't know why I even put them up here. And there's another pressing matter at hand. I was just down in the shopping district, and there's a trident for sale. 1 trident. I keep looking in there, but it never has them in there. I had a look just then, and there it was. So let's go and grab that. And I think I've found a spot for our slot machine. It's kind of hard because I don't want to rip up the landscaping that's going on there, because I'm going to have to dig down by 4 blocks and sort of do a whole bunch of redstone underground. So I'm hoping I can sort of make a space under the ground without actually ripping up the floor, so we don't have to ruin too much of the floor there. But here we go. 12 diamonds. What was that? I heard something fall down. Oh, it's a creeper. Oh, that was lucky. Oh, that scared me. I heard ya. Alright, 12 diamonds. That's pretty cheap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. There we go. Wow. What do I do? Oh. That feels so hectic. Oh, that didn't... No, that went. Yeah, I'm not sure how these work, but we'll get around to it. And yeah, so I think I might just set up here. I think I might dig 4 blocks under the ground, and I've got to dig a 17 by 20 something rectangle under the ground, but we'll leave as much of the ground top level as possible, and just dig underneath that, the 3 blocks underneath that, so we can leave the ground here intact as much as possible. I don't have a bucket of water to save you, buddy. I wish I had a name tag, then I could keep him. I don't think he's going to stay here if I leave. Okay, well, the dolphin disappeared. So I think he just went back into the water somehow, or glitched through the wall. But anyway, I've gotten the hole dug down here. I think it's night time up here, or it's about to be. And yeah, so you can't really, it doesn't make too much damage on top. So that's nice. We will have to dig out probably somewhere around here, big rectangle, just for the screen to come up out of the ground. And look at that, there's a creeper up there. Let's just get rid of him while we can, so he doesn't creep up on us later. And we're about ready to start the redstone, so let's get down here. I might just block that off. Okay. So basically this block here marks where we've got to start. I marked it, I measured it out. So let's start here, and this is where we're going to place our first dropper. So we're going to have 4 of these droppers. Let's just place them all in. One there, one there, one there, and one there. And these are going to be the randomizers that control our pistons and our slots up there. So I just saw Doc M using these, and I'm pretty sure Mumbo Jumbo's used these before too. If you put a non-stackable item and a stackable item in here, droppers shoot out items in them randomly, like from all these 9 slots. It could be any item. So whenever you power them, a random one of these 9 items will get pushed out, and it's going to get pushed out into this hopper. So it's going to be either the sword or the coal. And because non-stackable items have a higher redstone output than stackable items, we'll either get a signal of 1 or a signal of 3. So if we get a signal of 1, it's going to turn off that torch. And if we get a signal of 3, it's going to turn off this torch and this torch. So we've got a difference there that we can use to control our pistons up the top. So I'll just get these 4 done and then I'll come back for the next part. Okay, so there's the 4 randomizers that are going to be used to control the pistons, and we're going to have to dig up there for the next part for when we make the screen. But for now we'll just do the input. So we're going to want repeaters going into all of these on 4 ticks because we want a nice long pulse to go into them, because we're going to be putting a monostable circuit into this right here. So we'll just get that on there, we'll put that on 2 ticks, we'll dig down here, put our piston in, and yeah, there's water all around here. I had to fill in this area with blocks and then dig it out again. And I've doubled up this wall just in case I hit it by accident. There's another part there behind it, so water won't come in and destroy my redstone, hopefully. So yeah, just a normal monostable circuit. That's basically it. We're going to put the input into it a bit later, and we're going to want a repeater coming out there on 2 ticks and a repeater coming out on here on 4 ticks, and we'll deal with those later as well. This is going to be for our feature part that's going to allow our slot machine to keep running through 10 free goes, and this is going to go up here and control some of our pistons. So let me just dig a square out, a rectangle out up here, so we can keep going upwards there. Okay, well, I've dug a little hole out here. It should be big enough to fit the screen. So let's start with the back pistons. So let's just build up a pillar here. I'll just do 1 slice for you guys. So we're going to come up by another 3 with a torch tower. So let's just grab a torch here. So that's 1, 2, and then 1 more, 3, and on this block we're going to come across by 3, and then we're going to come up by 1 here and go across by 2 there. We're going to get rid of that block there, and we're going to get our redstone and our repeater. Going to come across, have a repeater here on 2 ticks, and then come across here. And underneath this is where a piston's going to be facing down, and I don't have that. Let's just go grab that. I made a little redstone box. Where's our normal pistons? There we go. And we will need sticky pistons too. So let's just put that piston on. Get rid of this scaffolding, make some new scaffolding, and jump across and just right there. So that's going to be part of what pushes the coloured blocks up and down, and then we need another 1. So we're going to come up here, we're going to put a torch here, and we're going to put a block there. Well, something doesn't seem right. Ah no, we went too low. We went too low on this one. I thought it looked a bit low. We've got to come up by 1 more with the torch tower, so we want... Okay, so 5 altogether. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 on top of that as well. So let's just come out here, get rid of those, and just do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, come up by 1, delete that block, go to there, get our redstone out, repeater on 2 ticks, redstone dust, and then we'll put our piston in right there. And that should be correct. And then we've got this one. Yeah, right here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I'll do that for all 4 of these randomizers, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so it's time to, we've put in the 4 slices here with the pistons on the top and the bottom, and as you can see I've got some emerald blocks. I don't have enough diamonds to put diamond blocks in there, but maybe in the future. I've got just about enough diamonds to put 18 diamonds in the filter system so that it knows that what you're putting into the machine is diamonds, and then I've got enough to get us started in the pot so that people can have a payout if they win. But these emerald blocks looks pretty cool, and I got coal blocks as the red blocks, so they're pretty contrasting, so I think you'll know whether you've got a winning or not. And I was thinking of a jungle theme, and I think the green and the black goes pretty cool with that, so let's actually get up there and put on the screen. So the screen, I'm thinking just some logs, and we should be fine. And then we're going to go like this. And it's hard to see the blocks, I know, but they're going to be pushed forward into those holes, so we'll be able to see them perfectly. So let's do that part now. I've got it started. This is our torch tower. So we're going to want to come up here, and we'll turn this into a torch tower in a sec. And we're going to want to come up to that level. So this level here. We'll get rid of this one. And we'll just do the torch tower now. So every second block, just take out, get the torch out. And we're going to have to get up here. Torch there, and then here we're going to have our just plain redstone, and it's going to run all the way across. So we need these blocks, and we need to go all the way across, so we'll probably have to just go like this, and all the way to the end here, and then we'll have to get rid of this, and we're going to have to put our pistons in somehow, which is going to be interesting. So, and we need sticky pistons, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sticky pistons. These ones have to be sticky. These, the ones here and the ones down there are just plain, but these ones need to be sticky because they've got to push and pull these blocks. So let's actually get rid of that. We don't need that. We don't need that or that. Can we sneak in here and put them in there? Not really. Unless we go like this. Yep. Bit of a pain, but you got to do what you got to do. And then this will allow us to push and pull the blocks in and out of the holes here. So let's just, did we put all the redstone on? We didn't put all the redstone on. Idiot. Of course not. Okay. So it's powered by default, as you can see. So by default, all the blocks are going to be pushed forward like that. The coal blocks might be a bit too dark, but we can think of something else if we want. So they're out by default. So when you press the button or when you play the machine, you want the first thing to happen is you want those blocks to be pulled back by this redstone here. So the very first thing that happens is they get pulled back. So let's set that up. So as you can see, all of these randomizers attached to the other pistons are on 4 ticks delay. There's 1 tick here and 1 tick here. So that's 6 ticks delay basically when you push the button. This one here is only 2 ticks. And this is going to go into a comparator cooldown thing, comparator pulse extender. So we're just going to come across like this and put a block there. So when we push the button, you'll see this will stay on for a while. And did you see how this lit up before the rest of it lit up? Because it's only got 2 ticks of delay here. So we're going to take this signal and just put it straight into those pistons. So they're going to pull back first, pulling back all those blocks. Then the blocks are going to be pushed up and down by these pistons randomly. And then at the end, that's when this cooldown pulse extender will have turned off. And then the last thing to happen is the blocks get pushed back out again. So let's see if we can have a look. Well, you saw the last thing that happened there was the blocks got pushed back out. So we've already got a working sort of slot machine, if you know what I mean. We just don't have a payment system set up or anything like that. So let's come and do this so I can show you. So let's make a button. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got absolutely nothing on that one. There we go, see that? And I think I've actually got the timings a bit slow on the top pistons pushing down. I think I changed it because I was worried it wasn't working. We have to actually change it back to 2 ticks each. 3 is too many. So I'll get ready with the next bit, which is the payment system, and it involves a bunch of AND gates. Alright, this part's a little bit complicated. Well, not really actually. I mean, up until this point, I was doing pretty good. Nothing really got to me. There was no problems. I figured all that out pretty easy. But when I got to this part, I was thinking, how do I make it? Because I want the pays to be left to right. So I want to make it so 2 greens equals 1 diamond. And then I want to make it so 3 greens left to right make 3 diamonds, and then 4 make 4. So it's pretty simple, but you just got to use AND gates. So come across like this and put repeaters on 4 ticks out the back here, and then we grab just blocks like this across the first 2. So we want an AND gate, right? So we want to make it so that if the first slice and the second slice are both green, then we get an output. So if those slices are both green, this torch will turn on. So that's pretty simple, hey? So now we get another repeater on 4 ticks. Pretty sure it's on 4 ticks. Yep. And we take this output as one output now. So we want an output from here and an output from there. And we're going to have to put another 4 ticks in here. And we're going to put it here. Just so this line has the same amount of ticks as this line. So now we just make another AND gate. So we just go across. It's going to have to go across by 4 this time. torch here, torch here. So now, if the first slice and the second slice are on, we get an output. If we get an output from that, if that output and this third output means we get this output. So now if 3 slices from left to right are all green, we get an output here. So that's pretty simple. So now we just get another repeater and come out of here, put that on 4 ticks. And that's going to go into our last AND gate right at the end here, and we need to take a signal from here, and we need to make sure it's got the same amount of ticks as all the rest. So we're going to have to add 1, 2 more repeaters on 4 ticks to make it the same. We might even have to add 1 more repeater actually. Just put it on 4. We might have to adjust that last one later because the redstone torches add a little bit of delay. We might need to make this less actually, but stick with that for now. And this is going to go into here, and then we get our last signal right here. So now if all 4 are green, we get a signal. Now we need to take these signals back around to the front. So the way we do that is we'll come here and we'll take a signal out of this torch, right? So we'll get a repeater here, just on 1 tick, get our building blocks, and we put that repeater there so that it wouldn't mess with the redstone that we're going to put on this. Let's get a block up there, a few blocks coming this way, and just enough to go around the machine. And we'll put some redstone on that. And up here. Okay, so that's our first signal. And we're actually going to put a repeater here on 4 ticks. Just so the signal doesn't go back. Then we'll get another repeater here, coming out of our second signal for 3 slices. And we'll do the same thing. We'll just come over these repeaters here, take it out to here, and that should be fine. And we're going to want to go across like this. We're going to want redstone. Do I have any more redstone? Yep. And come across like that, and we're going to want another repeater here because these signals are going to come in succession, so we want them to be staggered. That's why I'm using the repeaters. So we're going to come from here now, the last one. We're going to take a signal out of that last torch there and just bring it straight up into our line here, and we'll put a repeater right there on 2 ticks, and this one's on 4. You can play around with the timings yourself, but what you really want is for, if you get 2 slices and you get 1 diamond, then we get 1 pulse and it goes around to the front. If we get 3 diamonds and 3 slices, then we want another pulse, but we want the third pulse to be after the first 2. So that's why we've got repeaters, so that we get a pulse, and another pulse, and then another one for the 4th after those ones. So why is this torch on? Oh, we haven't got the redstone. And yeah, that's cool. So, but now we've set it up so that 2 slices gives us 1 diamond because we only get 1 pulse. We need to make it so that 2 slices, the first 2, gives us 2 diamonds. And that'll also make it so that 3 slices will give us 3 and 4 will give us 4. So we need to dig this out a bit because we've got another bit of redstone that's going to come underneath here. Alright, so that line's in, that line up the top, that extra line to give us 1 extra diamond every turn. Just comes up here like we did, goes across, and it has 6 repeaters on 4 ticks before it turns a corner, comes down here, 1 more repeater on 4 ticks, so 7 altogether, and it just goes straight into this line that all of the other lines are on, and then this line just comes straight across here and up the front here to right here, right in front of our monostable circuit here. So now we're going to do the input. So we need an item sorter to know that what people are chucking in are actually diamonds. So start here, right next to the piston of the monostable circuit, 1 block across. Then we'll do our basic item sorter here, which is just, you make a diamond with a block on the corner, right? And we're going to have to get rid of that block. We're going to have to come up here. We will need a comparator right here and a redstone dust. And then down here we'll need a repeater. Bam, and that's it. And now we've got to put the hoppers in. So we're going to have to put a couple of droppers in. So let's do that. And this line is what goes into the droppers. So it'll spit out diamonds for the player if they win. So we're coming up right here, and the first dropper is going to be here. It's going to be 2, and there's going to be 1 on top. So if you look in the top one, there won't be any diamonds. All the diamonds will be in this bottom one. So now we need some hoppers. The first hopper goes into that bottom dropper, and then the other hopper just faces away in any direction except for in that hopper. So that should be fine, and it's this top hopper which we're going to set up as the filter system. So we're going to put 4 of any item and then 18 diamonds. So those diamonds will just filter down to 18. Yep, so that's all set up, and the rest go into here. So whenever you throw a diamond in, it'll go straight down into that bottom hopper, dropper. And it will also register, because that torch will turn off, and we'll get a signal out of this block. We can use that signal every time a diamond is put in to actually make the whole machine go. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to take a signal out of this block. We want to have a couple signals, but we'll get to that. So let's delete all this junk that we were using to just press the button, and we'll actually get rid of the button as well. Okay, so basically we want to come out by 2. We want a repeater coming out of that and going across, and out of this block right here we can just have a repeater, and that will power the system every time we put a diamond in the machine. So let's test it. It has to be a diamond though, it won't accept any other payment. So let's see if we can toss one in from here. Come on, work baby. Look at that. And we should have a payout system already. It should already pay us. It's going to actually, in my first design I had a dropper here, but I was finding that the diamonds were coming out and sometimes going straight back into these hoppers and starting another game. So I actually ended up switching that out for a chest. So you can just collect your diamonds out of a chest. So let's just put a chest in there. Let's see if we can get a payout. See if the payout system's working. Just put, bam, throw a diamond in. Not that time. Not that time. Come on. Not that time. Just want to see if it's working. There we go. So that should have worked. We don't get the chimes yet because we haven't hooked the sound up. Oh, we didn't connect it yet. So all we have to do is put a block there, and we need a repeater here because I'm pretty sure that that redstone is just too long and we've run out of signal. So let's just put a repeater in there, and that should be right. Can I put a block there? Why not? There we go. And let's test that again. Give us something good. No. Well, I trust that it's working. I'm pretty sure I did everything right. So now it's time to set up the final part, which is the feature and the chimes. Right, there we go. We got 2. And ooh, we only got 1. So there's something wrong there, but I'll fix it. Alright, it's time for the feature. So we get a feature when we get all 4 greens. And that is this output right here. So we can take that output from here, and we just got to run it all the way up the front. So I've got a repeater there to carry on the signal. That button's just for testing. Comes up here. We've got to go over this line. So we come up here, and these blocks are just to stop this redstone from touching that redstone, and then it comes down over here. So this is the repeater we placed at the start. This comes straight off of our input, our monostable circuit for the whole thing. So this always gets triggered every turn. It comes around here, it's got a long delay, it's going to come back around here and loop back directly into our feature machine. Okay, so it's going to have it's got a lot of repeaters because it loops back around, and it's the last thing to activate at the end of every turn. So we're going to take it out by 1, 2, 3 here, and then we're going to go this way, 1, 2, and we're going to come up here and go across, and we're going to want to go up by another one. I think we're going to want to end up, let me see my picture. Let's do the hoppers first. So this is going to be what controls our feature. So right here is where we're going to do it. So we're going to have a dropper facing up and a dropper facing across, and then a hopper into that bottom dropper and a hopper facing straight down into that, right next to the redstone that controls the monostable circuit. And this is what's going to control our feature. So we're going to get a comparator out of it to read when an item falls into this hopper, and that is just simply going to come around with a repeater here. It's going to come straight up here and go straight into, it's going to come out of here, straight up here, and straight into the machine to start it again. And we're going to put 10 items in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 games. So basically, this signal here, which comes from getting 4 greens that we're bringing all the way to the front, is going to come to here into another pulse extender, and that pulse extender is going to come this way into a repeater here, just so we don't touch anything with the signal. Another repeater, some redstone right here, and then a comparator clock. So we have to put that on subtraction mode, do a little twirl, and then come back here. We're going to want a block here, and that's going to power our dropper, and then a repeater here on no ticks. Yep, that's fine. So now when we get the 4 greens, that signal's going to come all the way from the back up to here. This pulse extender is going to make this. Okay, so something weird happened with the recording there. I ran out of disk space, so it just stopped recording. So we're up to this clock. So basically the power comes from the back where we get 4 greens. The signal comes all the way up here, powers this pulse extender, which powers this clock for long enough to push all 10 items up the top. And then this line under here, which powers every turn, will come up around here, and it will power this dropper, spitting out an item. Normally, every turn it still powers the chopper, but normally there's nothing in there. But this time there's 10 items in there, and it'll spit one of them out. It'll go into this hopper, fall down into this hopper, and go into the bottom dropper down there. And as it's falling through this hopper, we'll get a signal, a pulse, and it will go into the system and give us a game, like a free game. And so it'll keep giving us a free game every turn until all 10 items up here are back down in the bottom dropper, and we've run out of free games. So that's basically it. And I also added a note block here to play when we get the feature. So it just runs off this clock. So it's literally like the sound of getting a feature is literally all the sound of all these items getting pumped up into the top dropper there, which is pretty cool. And then this music box here is every time this line powers, which is every time you get a diamond, you get a sound. So you can listen to the sound and hear how many diamonds you're getting. So that's pretty cool. So it's pretty much all finished. It is all complete. But what I will do is I will put some, like I'll fix up this place, fix up the holes, do something around this. I'm hoping for a jungle kind of theme. I might put some trees around and stuff like that, fix up the place, and we'll come back and we'll have a go. And a little while later, and we have a finished product, I think. It's looking pretty cool. Here we go. Alright, so I've just made like a little house around the redstone there. It's looking okay. Nothing super amazing, but it doesn't look bad. And I've kind of grown some jungle trees around here. I wanted to make it kind of a jungly theme. I might have to get some watermelons and stuff in here or something like that. But it's pretty much good to go. So here we go. We've got the scoreboard or the pay board. It tells you what the pays are. So if you get 2 emeralds, 2 diamonds, 3 emeralds, 3 diamonds, 4 emeralds, 4 diamonds, plus the feature, 10 free games. So I think that's pretty easy to figure out. Like if you got 2 here, a black here, and then an emerald here, that would still be 2 diamonds. Do you know what I mean? So as long as the diamonds are starting from the start, then that's a pay. So let's go into here, and we have a bed here. Because it's out in the open, I did put a fence around, and I made sure that you can't get over the fence by jumping on bushes and stuff from the outside. But skeletons could still shoot you. If you go too close to the fence, a creeper could still blow you up. So I've put a bed here. So if it's getting night time and you're still playing, just use the bed provided to go to sleep, and try and play this in the daytime so nothing bad happens. So here we are. Welcome to Jungle Slots. Throw a diamond into the blue carpet to have a spin. 1 diamond at a time, please. It will eat diamonds if more than one is thrown. Wait for the animation to stop before playing again. The pays are scored from left to right as shown on the board. 1 emerald scores nothing. 4 emeralds gets a feature. Please sit back and wait for your 10 free games to finish. Thank you, have fun. If the lamps are off, the diamonds are low. So if these lamps turn off, there's only 42 diamonds left, 42 or 41 diamonds left in the dropper down there. So you could still keep playing, but if you get a big win, you're not going to get all of your win. So try and just play when the lamps are on, and then when they turn off, that'll let me know that I have to go under there and put some more diamonds in. Alright, so let's have a go. I recommend bringing at least 20 diamonds to have a good go at this. And let's start. I hope it all works. I've added the music. I didn't have any packed ice, so I used gold blocks, so it's probably going to sound a bit different to the test world, but let's have a go. Oh, we got 2 diamonds for that, I think. Oh, something's not right. Let me figure out what the problem is, and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, it's the moment you've all been waiting for, especially me. After a lot of failed recordings and glitches in the system, and a lot of testing of everything, making sure that it works and fixing stuff, it's finally working, fingers crossed. So I've got my 20 diamonds, let's have a play, see if we can get this feature. Come on baby. I have actually upgraded it while doing all that fixing, so the whole animation is slightly faster, so you don't have to wait as long between each turn. There we go, we've got 2 diamonds, we heard the ringing, and we got the 2 diamonds. Everything is working lovely. And what I've noticed is this machine is actually quite good at paying out. Time will tell if it's too good and I actually end up losing money. But if you get a good win, you can actually walk away with quite a few more diamonds than you started with. Especially if you get the feature. Here we go. And I've upgraded the bells to ice, packed ice, from gold. Sounds a lot better, I reckon. I love that feature bell down there. Sounds real nice. So now we get our 10 free games. We just sit back and enjoy. Look at that. A nice win there. Another one there. We're going good. We started with 20 diamonds. Let's see how much we get after this feature. Oh, a nice one there. Excellent. And it's got to be over soon. There we go. Okay, what did we get? 12 diamonds on that feature. So now we have 29 diamonds. Excellent. So that's going to be it, guys. Really happy with this slot machine. I've always wanted to build one, especially with a feature, and I thought today I'd just do it, and I figured it all out, and it's done, and I love it. It's awesome. Here's the payboard, and there we go. So thanks again for watching, guys. This has been NuttyChef, and I'll see you in the next episode.